So the sense of urgency is much, much, much different when you're traveling with a child and you're traveling by yourself, and when you're traveling on a budget. As far as I'm concerned, I knew that the most money I was going to dole out was going to be for my rent. Okay, so I, excuse me, I had to pay very close attention to what I was doing, to make sure I was dealing with the landlord, make sure I was dealing with, and as I'm talking, like, I think, I really feel like probably the best way to do this is maybe to reach out to landlords or find a way to speak to landlords, property owners themselves, because working through the agents and then, jumping in the middle of negotiating with the agents. Are we even recording?
Yeah,
Oh,
because that's the stop symbol. It's good.
Sorry,
It's good,
I
it's
know.
good.
I couldn't see it. It's usually up there. So yeah, so the working with the agents. I mean, like, even in the last family that I helped to find a home, that family,
Zola.
the agent wanted a full month's rent, even though he knew that there was a caution fee attached to that. And the treatment that I've been getting from these agents is almost like extortion, right? It's like he wanted me to force more money out of people because he had already agreed to work with me for what I had done. I had videotaped their street. I videotaped the outside of the home. I videotaped the inside of the home. I turned on the lights. I turned on the water. I checked the fixtures. I checked the roof. I checked the ceiling. I made sure nothing was leaking. There were no creepy crawlies, nothing that was going to come out at night and greet them by surprise. You see? So the agents here do not do work like that. Okay? Their job is to know about a place, show you the place, when you pay they even want the money before you even sign the lease. Okay? And I've been burnt like that on one occasion. A lady by the name of Miss Marie had seen a place that she loved, and the landlord, they seem to be conspiring or something, I don't know, but he was demanding money from the lady because the landlord agreed, and the landlord never sent her bank information. She never followed up, never gave anything. And I had encouraged Marie to give the agent 50,000 T-shilling because it seemed like it was going to go through, and it did not go through. Okay, and that's egg on my face, and that will make me look bad. So how do I continue to do business that way with people who are dishonest and people who are not being forthwith? Because this is a situation where we don't necessarily know what we're dealing with, right? And it takes a tremendous amount of work to go and investigate what we're dealing with. Okay, there are people who will rent you houses that they owe their water bill on for millions of T-shillings. Okay, they probably have some water in the tank that you can turn on the pipe, but you don't know that, right? There's so many things involved. There are people who owe the garbage man and nobody will come and pick up your garbage.
And one thing I want to add in is that, two things actually, because this is a tourist, how do I put this? A large portion of the income for the country is through tourism. Not that it's the only source of income for the country, but it's a big deal. And because of coronavirus, even though Tanzania has their situation with the virus under control and their borders are open, we know that around the world is still up and down. It's crazy not knowing when you can travel, if you feel safe to travel, whatever you may feel about that. So they are struggling in the sense of there's not as much money as would normally be flowing around. So people are willing to do what they can to keep afloat. So if they're willing to tell you that a property is a little bit more than it actually is, they don't think it's a big deal. Number one, because you're a tourist, you have an American accent, they already think that you have money. And it's not that it's a ton of money they're trying to get off the top from you, but it counts when you're repatriate. I don't know if your work situation, your income situation may be. So we all know that those things count. But to them it's normal, for a foreigner to be charged more and things like that. And a lot of times they will make deals with other people, the broker, agent, dalali. They'll make a deal with the owner, and it's all good because it's kind of normal. So for us to investigate and weed through that for you is kind of difficult because it was hard. I've been here 4 months, not even a full 4 months, so I'm still learning.
I came here probably a week after she did. So, we're still learning. There's a lot in this environment that is familiar to me because Jamaica has similar colonial history, similar backgrounds, but Tanzania has, a step above. Like, you have to make sure you are on your P's and Q's and you know what you're doing in Tanzania because, they have been taken advantage of. People have abused them, and so they have policies. Like, it's not like America where you go and you see a place you like the place, the landlord gives you the lease and you sign the lease and you're on your merry way. No, you have to also have an advocate sign that lease, and the lease has to be registered. Especially if you're going to use that property for any kind of business, and it should also say for what business you can use it for on your lease. So those are some of the things that I have been demanding when I have a family that trusts me with their repatriation, that says, Renee, please help us, okay? But like my email box, the internet was out for a week. It still is. I'm only using a VPN, but my email box is filled with people who are asking for help. I can provide a consultancy, but to be honest with you, it is a lot of work. It is exhausting, and on top of that, we have our likes, we have our pickiness, we have our choices, and we're coming from America. We think that we left America and we want to walk back into the same house that we left behind, or it's not good enough, and that's not true. You have to be willing to take your step down a little bit. You have to be willing to compromise a little bit. I wanted a yard that had more grass. I don't have a yard that has a lot of grass, but I make do with what I have, and I have some, and I'm glad for it. I wanted a house that had a bathtub. Not much to ask for. I don't have a house that have a bathtub. Yeah. I went and I bought me a big old plastic tub to make it mine. And
the culture here, they don't build a lot of tubs here. It's not that you can't find tubs.
Yes.
But they're more shower culture. So it's even understanding the culture and what you're looking for. It's not to say that you can't get nice things. It's not to say that you can't have most of the things on your checklist, but you might not get everything on your checklist, and that should still be okay. You should be open to seeing what is here and work with what you have, because there's something for everyone. Not every repatriate I know apartment's the same, home's the same, but the ones that have found a home or an apartment, they're getting settled now, they're enjoying it. You learn to work with what you have and still enjoy it at the same time. My main thing is, most of us that I know didn't have anybody on the ground before we came. It took nights staying up, doing my investigation. The next wave of people coming, you do have it a little bit easier because you have found people here, and it's a lot of us coming, and we're putting out that we're here. But at the same time, this is not our job that's not a business that we're creating to do that work. But we still want to be of some help. But you have to do some investigation. If you want to know how far something is from something, then use your Google Maps. Use the maps. It's on there too. I was a little surprised that it was on there, but it's a lot on Google Maps for here. Especially if you want us to look at properties or try to do some help with you with that. For me, I can speak. Do most of the legwork. Reach out, send a message, find out if it's a lease available, see if you can get the landlord's contact information. And then I can possibly find someone that has time, that speaks the language, that can go with me to talk to that person for you. And then they can refer back to you directly or however.
Right.
I don't want to be the middle person to help you get your lease and help you get. I
right.
don't. I couldn't handle that responsibility.
Neither
honestly.
I've I didn't intend that, you know, I didn't intend for it to be that way. And there are a lot of people that I've helped to get a place that I didn't get a commission or a pay or anything. I just wanted to help in the beginning. That's what all I wanted to do, because I have my career, I have my responsibilities, I have my project that I'm building, and I did not intend to be that person. And you know, and I felt like, okay, you're it, you know, jump into it. But it is a lot, because, you know, what I think would make things easier is if you reach out to us for help. Trust us. Okay, if you're reaching out to us for help, that we can help you to find a place, trust that. When you get here on the ground, you meet this one, you're talking to that one, and, you know, you throw us to the side. Whatever you were doing, whatever you researched, and whatever we helped you with, it's no longer valid. And that's one of the reasons why I personally don't necessarily want to continue one on that path. I can help to navigate you. I can help to give you consultancy. I can help to give you directions on all the things you need to do. But as far as the person who is going to go out, maybe I could put a little ebook together and tell you how to do it, or what you need to look for, and you know, you probably download a PDF or something, you know. But it really is a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
She did it. I did it. You can do it. Okay. But you have to also make yourself be teachable. Okay. You have to make yourself be coachable. That if someone is saying to you, you don't do it this way, because you have to understand that. So, you know, our mentalities of being in America for so long makes us very accustomed to having things a certain way, right? It's not going to be a certain way. This is Africa. It's still Africa.
It doesn't have a standard. It's no real rules to how things are going to go here. It's just, you have to be assertive with what you want, persistent with what you want, and you have to have patience as well.
Right.
My main thing is, from my page, I just was showing my experiences, and like she said, it's falling in my lap that people are reaching out to help. And by me being a repatriate and my love for Africa, my love for Black people, I do want to be of some help, but I know that I cannot be that type of help. But I am still open to answering questions when people reach out, and I can do what I can, but I can't be the person to help you find your home, but I can help when I can. So like I said, for those who have reached out to people, they know a place they want to see, they've talked to the landlord, because like Renee was saying, you talk to a Dalali or an agent, they could be a person that is not truly representing that house. So your best bet is to ask people for the landlord's information, and you have to double and triple check things. It's just not as plain and simple as it would be laid out back in America. So do your research, do your investigation about it. And like she was saying, if you do ask for someone's help, like her or I or anybody else, trust the help, because we're not going to be wanting to do all of that work for you to go off and something else happens, because then that's just like a waste of our time. You know, like I said, I'm not in business for this. I'm not looking to get paid for it. So, you know, that's all I have to say about that. Do your investigation. Right. Oh, and the last thing, don't be afraid to just come either. Get you an Airbnb, get you a hotel. All of us had to do that. I didn't know Renee before I came. I didn't know one of these other repatriates when I came. I just came. And now look at life. I feel comfortable. I know where I like to go. We meet up and do things. I finally got my apartment. I've been in it for a month. Sometimes you just have to get here and start the process that way.
Right, exactly. And the other thing I'd like to add to what Monique just said is, people, if you're asking Monique for help, work with Monique. If she's working with you, she responds to and says, okay, I can help you to do that. please do not email 6 and 7 different people trying to, and then comparing this and trying to go that and go back and forth and stir in the pot. It's too much.
Yeah,
If
it has you running around in circles. Because now you feel like you're competing with other information.
Yes.
Other people's experiences and friends and acquaintances are
Right.
different. So, don't have me running around. I can't.
Exactly. And if you don't trust, like you ask me for some advice and I tell you something and you're like, no, Renee, I don't think you're right on that. Tell me you don't think I'm right on it and you're gonna go check it out. Okay, fine. That some other YouTuber or somebody else doesn't run into me and say, well, this person say that you said that this, that, and the third, and blah, 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 blah. Because sometimes things could be misinformed. And I'm not talking about me in particular. I'm just saying, if you feel like there is some information that you received that was not correct, you can say, okay, I'm going to look into that, whatnot. Right? But if you don't ask for 6, 7 people and stir it up, because she's probably helping some of y'all who are in my email box, okay, and I'm probably helping some of the people who are reaching out to her, and that's not fair to us or fair for our time. And this is one of the reasons why I have to start now saying, okay, I need to charge for my consultancy, because I know I'm providing accurate information. And I know that you're going to be able to use the information that I'm providing for you. And I won't feel used or cheated when you decide that you want to go somewhere else. Because the truth is, it's a lot scarier for you over there than when you get here. When you get here and the sunshine hit you and this vitamin D got you and the ocean start blowing through your hair.
I'm telling you.
And you're like, I can do this.
Pretty
I
much.
got this.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay?
Like,
Your mentality is going to change when you come here. And we are still in help you mode. We don't know that your whole entire outlook on life has changed and you're ready for this Africa. We don't know that you're ready for this Africa. We're still in like, okay, we got to find her place. Okay, and we're doing all we can to help you. We're looking at places and go, she would like that. Or maybe this is what she needs. Or, we're still running around for you. So on the point when you realize that you no longer need our help, please do say so.
Yes.
If you say, okay, I don't like this Dar es Salaam y'all like so much, I'm gonna go to Kilimanjaro,
right, or
bye.
Arusha,
or
Mbeya, or whatever. Like that's totally fine.
Yes, that's totally fine. Like I have nothing to gain by telling you to come to Africa. I don't care where in Africa you go. You could go to Rwanda, South Africa. I don't really care where you go, okay? But find yourself in Africa. Like I said before, there's so many of us here. There's so many Jacksons who are willing to help you. There are so many Moniques that are willing to help you, who don't want nothing, okay? They're just out here trying to see you okay, all right? And you might think that we're like, okay, we're not really interviewing other repatriates, and for me, it's about getting you to come here, okay? Somebody else can interview the repatriates and those who've come and show you what, repatriating is like. That's somebody else's job. My job is to get you here, okay? But where the housing situation is concerned, there is too much involved, and it is not a party that I signed up for. There is money to be made, and this is money that I don't think either of us want that kind of party, because there is too much involved.
And speaking of that, I mean, for those of you who are going through the repatriation process, maybe that's something that you want to look into making your career when you get here, because of that wave of people that are going to be coming to Africa, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that I have my own personal project that I'm trying to start in order to ensure that I can stay in Tanzania and make money. So that's where my focus is on. So,
As it should be.
I'm okay with helping. It's just I can only do it at a very limited amount of time that I can dedicate to it. But
as it should be. You repatriated to Africa. You moved yourself and your cute little puppy Zola.
Baby.
Yes, you repatriated to Africa, and you had a vision when you repatriated here, right? I paid so much thousand US dollars for all of my photography equipment that is still sitting in a room because I'm out here running around with y'all folk trying to find you a house, trying to find properties and this, that, and the third. I may miss out on getting into Tribeca Film Festival because I'm out here running up and down, back and forth, editing film, when I should be editing a film, right? So y'all need to understand that we didn't sign up for this and we would like to help you, but you also need to help yourself. Do some of the legwork, do some research, take out the map, look where you want to be. You want to be near the beach? Okay, so does everybody else. Be prepared to pay that beach money. You want a pool? Look at go on Zoom Tanzania, ZOOM Tanzania, and look at how much properties with pools cost. Do you have that in your budget to pay 6 months ahead? Okay, those are things you need to figure out before you come here. Figure out where you want to be. You want to be in Oyster Bay? You want to be in Masaki? You want to be in Masasani? Figure those things out before you get here, so at least we know what you want. Right? We can't know what you want for you. And it is taking a lot. It's a lot. You know, like when the internet went off for this week, I was like, whew, thank God. You know?
Like when I was coming here, never been to Tanzania, didn't know much about it, but I did my research. What's the culture? What's the religion? What's the politics like? How long they been at peace? Then I went to, okay, how do I go there? Looking at the plane ticket, looking at which part on Google Maps. Do I like this part of the city? Do I like this part of the city? Okay, what's in this area? Coffee shop, type that in. Grocery store, type that in. Doctor's office, type that in. Like, I investigated my area to know I would be able to get things that I need or things that I'm interested in. Those are things that y'all can do. You know, you don't have to ask little questions like that. You can do that. And it's better for you to learn where you're going to be so that it can make it easier for you to acclimate. And that's pretty much all we're saying. We love you. We will help you. But don't be calling all the time. Check what time
uninvited
it is.
and unannounced. You know, if we're in a meeting, you got the number from somewhere, you just call. You don't know. You need to make an appointment to speak with old Renee. I'm so sorry, but there are people in New York and LA that's looking for me. You need to make an appointment to have a conversation with me. I'm not trying to say I'm all that. I'm just trying to say there are demands on my time.
It's just
there are demands on our time that we have to figure out what we want to get involved in or not. And to wrap this up, like I said, I do have rooms for those of you who are looking, you know, single people looking a room. It's not like in the middle of the city. It's in Unonio, you know, Bahari Beach, about 3 minutes walking from my house. So, you know, there is temporary housing available for those of you who want it cheaper than a hotel. You know, but that is as far as I can assist you, and I think that's a lot of assist because that's money I've ponied up to receive you. This is in addition to the Exodus house, right? And right now that house is just sitting there because y'all rather go to a hotel, but that's okay. Okay, so a day's gonna come when somebody's gonna need to be over there, and it's a nice place. But until that day comes, you know, I can assist you with temporary housing if you want that, okay? But as far as helping you on the detailed day-to-day to find you a place, I don't think I can go along with that party. I could tell you what to do and show you how to do it and give you a workbook of what you need to do. But other than that, it's too involved. It really is. It's a serious drain on time that you will only have time for when you just get here.
Yes, you will have time.
When you just get here, because after you get here, Africa is waiting for you. You got some friends, you're going to see business, you're going to see people, you're going to see all kinds of stuff to get involved in. You're going to,
it's things to be done, okay?
There are things to be done. Your whole entire day could just go just like that. okay, because you're having lunch with this one and then that one showed up
Mm-hmm.
and then this one, oh, look, it's time to pick up the children, and you're
Exactly.
running back and forth. As for me, I got cement. I got to go do this for this one day and pay this for that one. Listen.
But we got to tell them the difference. With all this running around and work to do, it's still just not as much pressure as in
It's
America.
not
Like,
enough.
it's, you
I sleep
feel
well.
happy when you have these things to do.
Yes.
And when your day is full, because you know that you're working towards something that's for you, and it's all for you. It's not, you know, is you building your new life. So you feel a lot more joy and not as much pressure with that. You know, you have frustrating days. Like, I've been looking for a property for my business. Like we said, looking for property is not easy. I go see one, I like it. Then they say, oh, it's not available. Oh, we thought it was. Oh, it's just always an extra something to it. So after I leave Renee, I'm going to go look at another property. So wish me luck, y'all.
Yes. Good luck, Monique.
Thank you.
Good luck with your business, and thank you so much for doing this video with me, because we really needed to have this meeting, because I was trying to be like, do you want to help Renee?
And I was
And
trying to tell her, I got 2 people, and I
she's
don't
like,
even
Renee,
know how
I
to
got help
manage
for
it.
you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, okay? And come on, okay? Come on. It's not like you're out here by yourself. You got a leg up. We ain't had nobody.
We ain't had nobody.
We had
Just me and Puppy
nobody,
Zola.
right? It was me and JoJo. You go back and look at the videos. It was just me and JoJo. We ain't had nobody. Okay, so you at least you have us. If something should happen, or if you have a curious question that you need to have answered, you can get that answered. But you know, you're not alone. All right, so don't feel alone. But you know, there are just some things that we have to figure out we can't do, because we need to take care of ourselves, right? We need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And you know, these days could go by just like that, and you don't take care of yourself. You're out here taking care of everybody else but you.
Yeah.
And we can't have that. All right, love y'all. Take care. Bye bye.